Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello to you and welcome back to the channel where you join me at the 2018 Goodwood Festival of Speed to go for a hill climb run in the new Ferrari 488 Pista. This is my first experience with the special, rare, hardcore version of the popular mid-engine supercar, the 488 GTB. And not just any car, this is the 488 Pista Piloti version, the limited version available only to drivers in the Ferrari racing program. So let's get started, take a look around the car, then jump on board to experience it up the famous hill climb here at Goodwood. This is the car in question then, the Ferrari 488 Pista Piloti, and it is joined by a spectacular lineup of Ferraris here, including the LaFerrari Aperta, on this side the 812 Superfast, the new Portofino, the GT4 Lusso, and beyond that some of the cars from the XX program, the 599XX, FXX and the FXXK Evo. But this is the one we're here today to see, the Piloti version of the 488 Pista. In fact, I've not experienced a Pista at all until this point, so I'm going to jump in the car and enjoy the drive, discovering a little bit about what it's like from the passenger seat as we go up the hill climb. So the Pista in general raised the power, raised the game from the 488 GTB. The 3.9 litre twin turbocharged V8 in this car now makes 720 horsepower, 770 newton meters of torque. Just to put this into perspective, that is seriously impressive. Those numbers are huge. They might not be quite as big as the 963 of the LaFerrari behind it with the V12 and the hybrid assistance, but for a nimble, lighter weight version of the car, it is quite a big number. So what makes this special? The Piloti version is only available to drivers in the Ferrari Challenge racing program. So the Challenge program takes place in Asia, in the Americas, in Europe, and soon in the UK as well. Drivers are able to choose this specific configuration from Ferrari's tailor-made program. So that means it comes painted with this design livery, with the high specification of carbon fibre, which includes the carbon fibre wheels. And I had a first look at the Pista when it was launched at the Geneva Motor Show and lifted up one of these carbon wheels, and it weighed next to nothing. They have a special surface inside for the reduction of heat. As well as that, the 51 to celebrate the race-winning successes last year in the World Endurance Championship. You can see the livery though, that's quite the distinct thing, the tricolore stripe that runs over the top of the car down towards the nose at the front. So the Pista also has some very trick aero, this S-duct that comes in, and if we just come around here you can actually see virtually all the way through it down to the bottom there to get to do a downforce down on the front. And right here you have the WEC logo and Pro, just representing, here we go, the World Endurance Championship in 2017 with the 488 GTE race car. So the tricolore flows over the top on the outside, also goes around the side. It can be based around 4 base colours for the car. It doesn't have to be red, it could be blue or silver and black, I believe, are the other options. And it has all the carbon fibre, which obviously we love so much, the glossy carbon around the front intakes, the lower splitter, this aero work you can see down here that actually is quite open, I can feel from inside. The cutaway is slightly behind the front arches. The aggression there that heads down under the back. The intakes on the rear side panels here are made wider. They used to have a block here on the 488, a central divider, which I never particularly could gel with. This I much prefer. And then the carbon fibre of the rear wing, also a lot going on back here with airflow that can go in through the back and comes out just through here around the prancing horse logo on the back. Down the bottom, exhaust pipes, massive aggressive diffuser in carbon fibre, and right underneath, if we come down here, you have the DRS flaps here that will fold down at speed to give the car more stability and downforce as well. Now if we come to take a look at the interior, oh, that's very nice. The engine bay is signed. That's such a beautiful engine bay, isn't it? The carbon finish inside there, lovely place. Just come have a look inside here at some of the custom touches for the Piloti version. So the door tread plates, obviously the bucket seats, they have the tricolore Italian flag here, kind of embossed into the seat. Nice touch. Driving area, extended shift paddles with the green, white and red painted on the back, so those are longer than the normal car. And also this red accent stripe that runs the width towards the passenger side is a unique thing from Ferrari's tailor-made program for the Pista Piloti. Otherwise the interior is basically Alcantara, carbon fibre, and not a whole load else. Floor mats also finished in that same style. So it's undoubtedly a very good looking machine. I cannot wait to experience it. We better jump in, find our driver and experience what the car is like. Into life, and that is loud. That is so much louder than the normal 488. I did not see that coming, but let's step in where I'm joining my driver James Pickford today. How are you doing, James?
Hi guys, okay.
Nice to meet you.
Right, good to see you.
Oh, right, here we are. we go. Straight in and away right now. We're leading the charge from a paddock surrounded by some incredible cars, particularly this Ferrari lineup. Here I am, inside the 488 Pista, ready to rock and roll and experience the finest and latest machine from Maranello. If I'm not mistaken, this is also your first time driving this car.
This is my first time driving this car, so we're very excited about driving it, and I was a big fan of the Challenge Stradale, the Scud, and obviously the Speciale, so it's great to be asked to drive this special car. And we've got to look after it, obviously, because it's been loaned to us by the factory.
Which is very, very kind of them to do so. The latest in the lineage of the Ferrari V8 mid-engine supercars for the racetrack. You can hear the noises in the background of race cars up the hill. I do love a Ferrari steering wheel. Sounds good too. The shift panel's so nice. The carbon at the top with the shift lights. I get 51 on here as well.
That's not my age, by the way.
I believe it is a tribute to the car number. So how will we be driving? We'll be driving in CT off, ESC
yeah, I think
off.
we're going to go CT off. I think we'll see what we can do at the start line. The thing is with these cars now, the traction's so good with them. It's hard to do burnouts. Obviously the servo assist from the brakes, so when you try and load both pedals up, it can kill the engine. Yep. So, but when you've got one of these cars with all this power, 709, 710 brake horsepower, 720 CV, you definitely want some good traction.
Yes, you do. It is an awful lot in a car that could be very snappy very quickly. Just notice the key is down here, by the way. The key fits into the little holder, the new style Ferrari keys. Very neat. See if that stays there by the time we get to the top. Hasn't been thrown out.
You might have to grab that on the way up, actually.
Okay.
You might have to catch it.
I'll give a hold. Yeah, very much looking forward to this experience. Out we go onto the course then to head down towards the start line where things are going to get exciting. Always a great view of the 812 following us down. You can see a few people have been having some fun today looking at the tarmac. And we're going to experience it in here. Whoa!
Sorry.
That's alright, it's alright. I'm very happy about that.
That's the first time I put my foot down in the car, so.
Well, you should do it more. We should give a ceremonial one down here.
Just seeing if there's a.
That works. I think you got it.
Good.
First time, you've driven the car about 500 meters. Here we go.
See what else is waiting for us on the start line.
Oh, there's some smoke in front of us.
That's always a good sign, as long as it's the right smoke.
Yeah, that kind of smoke looks like the right kind of smoke. Here we are at the start line. It's time for the Pista to see what it's got. Gonna do a launch control. Goodness me. That is torquey. And you were on it. The sound is great. Even wearing the helmet, it sounds brilliant. Not bad at all, sir. That was a fantastic drive.
That's all right.
Absolutely epic. This car, it's like when you're in third gear, fourth gear at the top end.
Yeah.
There's so much torque.
It is, yeah.
Pushing.
Yeah, really surprised by that. Really good, really nice.
It gets through the rev range very quickly. I feel like maybe from the passenger you want it to go a touch further, maybe. But the performance is there in droves.
We'll definitely start dialing into it. Because your first run up the hill, you've always got the dust down from the events. When they're putting all the event tents up and all the structures. So with the first one, you're always sort of dialing yourself in a little bit.
Yeah.
So he just kills it.
Yeah, without going fully.
Where are they going to put us? Not on the grass.
Wonderful.
Okay. Right.
That felt really good to me.
That was all right. That was good.
Impressive experience. I drove a 488 for the first time recently.
GTP. For the first time? Really? Just recently?
Like 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay.
And I was really blown away.
Yeah.
The playfulness, the delicacy of it, the ability to completely be on what it's doing, and feeling it back from the car.
That's the thing with the Ferrari, it gives you really good feedback.
Yeah.
So you can be on top of the car. This is, you know, this car obviously with Goodwood as well. It's a strange place because it's not like a normal road or a track as such. So you know the roads crest round. You've got obviously you know the dust and the dirt from the structures and the build of the event. But as the weekend goes, more and more rubber gets down.
Yeah.
So the more and more grip, and it's amazing the change from your first run to the last run. The amount of the grip level.
I'm not complaining about the first runs being a bit painful like that. The car more than even passenger side shows what it's about.
It's like, yeah. No, and it's surprisingly, I spent quite a lot of time in the challenge car. Surprisingly, quite similar the way it delivers its power, the way it feels,
right?
Which you expect because it's modelled around it, and it's it's the same lump in the back. So yeah, it's impressive bit of kit.
It might not be quite as loud, but it's not exactly quiet.
Yeah,
I mean, we're wearing
that's true. Yeah,
I was quite surprised by how noisy it is.
Always hard to judge it now, isn't it? Because the cars sound one thing on the inside, yet on the outside, like the 812.
The shift noise is good. The back, the 812.
But even inside, sometimes that sounds like fairly quiet, and then you get out of it, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's like
the
a
812 is my favourite engine sound out there. Yeah. I had my FF in the past, and people couldn't believe it. And everybody's like, what exhaust do you have? I'm like, it's factory.
Yeah.
It just sounds that good.
That's
what happens when you have a 6-point-something litre V12. Easy peasy. Anyway, thank you ever so much for the ride. Really appreciated that.
No problem at all. No problem at all.
Thank you. I think it goes without saying that was an epic ride up the hill, and now we're parked with the Pista up at the top, surrounded by just about every other super and hypercar that you could imagine. But let's take a look at this while we've got it parked slightly more in the open so we can see around the back and talk a little bit more about what's going on here with the air that's coming through the car for cooling, for downforce through the back of the spoiler, and just coming round to the rear to take all of this in. Almost carbon overload. Not that is ever a problem. The large exhaust pipes mounted either side of centre, and then all the work going on down here with the fins you can see at the back at the bottom of the diffuser. But carbon, open here behind the rear arches, behind the rear wheels to reduce the swelling by letting the airflow come out of there. All a development from the 488 GTB. And then the Pista is surrounded by the Vantage V600, the 812 Superfast on the other side, some Lexuses, the Black Badge Dawn, the Portofino, one of the best looking convertible Grand Touring cars ever, GTC4 Lusso, some McLarens, that's the new 600 LT just coming past there in the background, some Astons, including the Vulcan AMR Pro at the back, the Apollo IE in its purple carbon, the car that I filmed before. This is, well, basically the craziest thing you've ever seen, again with a V12 that sounds phenomenal. NSX, some Maseratis just kind of squeeze through. We've got the Atom, the BAC Mono, Koenigsegg over here, the new Ital Design GTR 50th anniversary car, Pagani Huayra Roadster. What else do we have? The new Vantage AMG GTR i8 Roadster. This is the Agera RSN, behind that the Ford GT, the Neo EP9 electric car. We've got the Lamborghini Centenario Roadster, some Aventador S's, the Ital Design 01 Duetta. We've got the GT2 RS, GT3 RS. Behind that we've got the Porsche 911 Speedster concept. It's only just been unveiled. The list just goes on. The AMG GT63S, the new Polestar 1, Bentley Pikes Peak Bentayga, load of McLarens, another Koenigsegg Final Edition RS, Thor over there. What else do we have? The Brabham BT62. This is literally the who's who of the car world. A nice old Mustang, bit of a different mix. Look at these two cars side by side, totally different. The W Motors Fenrir at the back there. Oh wow, this is absolutely absurd, to be honest. Heading back down the hill behind the 812. Is this a contest of who can do it better? I do think that car looks so good. The way the lights are at the back, the quad tail lights, the very wide shape of it. That's one of my favourite cars in the world. It has to be said, especially in yellow. It's very good. I suspect he's going to do something. Yeah, there he goes. You won. That was better. Back into the paddock we return then, past the XX lineup, the FXXK Evo, FXX, the 599XX from Tempesta Racing. What a lineup, what an experience, what a car, what a day. Farewell then to the 488 Pista. We're back here in the paddock, parked up, all of the cars coming back in, lining up back into their respective places. A very, very nice lineup of the Ferraris. And a big thanks to James for driving me there.
No problem at all.
Appreciate it an awful lot. This has been a very, very special experience. Wonderful, wonderful car for sure. I mean, even a regular 488 Pista mechanically is the same setup, a wonderful machine. This in the Piloti livery, if one is able to order that through TaylorMade, it would be foolish, I think, not to do so. It just makes it even more special and pays tribute to the successes in the WEC. So, there we have it, the 488 Pista Piloti here at the 2018 Goodwood Festival of Speed. I hope you've enjoyed the video, seeing a little bit about what it's like going up the hill climb and jumping into this fabulous car. But that is it for this time. Please be subscribed for plenty more videos from this wonderful event, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!